What's up, you guys? It's Ben, and welcome to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to Amazon, selling on Amazon, making passive income, and finally achieving financial freedom. So, it's the end of the month. It's the end of the month of August, and I thought it would be a great idea to actually speak to you about what has happened on Amazon in the month of August. It's actually been quite a big month, and I wanted to share all the information that I gathered with you. We're also going to be talking about my revenue and sales figures. We're going to go into detail as to how much profit I've made, what kind of products I've been selling, and what I suspect will be selling in the near future. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Q4. This is going to be by far the busiest quarter of the year for Amazon, and most likely the busiest quarter for Amazon ever. So therefore, if you're interested in selling on Amazon and you want to launch a few products for Q4, this is exactly the video for you, because from my experience, from my previous experience, there's quite a few things you need to do to prepare yourself for Q4 so you don't run out of stock, so you make sure your products are in stock on time, done up properly, and they're ready to be sold on Amazon, because the competition is absolutely fierce. So if you're interested in selling on Amazon, and if you actually would like some personal mentorship from myself in regards to product research, or potentially buying a product or launching a product or scaling up your business, I do have a mentorship course available. It's in the description below, so I'll leave a link there, and let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is the pound to dollar exchange rate, and it's actually at its highest right now for the year. Now, what do you think that means to us Amazon sellers? Well, actually, it is great news, okay? The moment I saw this news is actually brilliant, because that means that whatever we buy from our Chinese suppliers at the moment via Alibaba is actually cheaper than it was before in the last few months. So don't be surprised if you notice when you're restocking your first product at the moment, or your second product, that when you do exchange from pounds to dollars, you will be able to afford more or pay slightly less. Now, it may not mean a lot to you when you're starting off with just one or two or three products. However, for me, now that I'm selling over 20 and moving into the 30 mark, and basically exchanging tens of thousands of pounds into dollars every single month, this one small change going from 125 in July all the way now to 134 is a game changer. It's massive. It's basically going onto our profit line straight away, and I really hope that we can hopefully achieve 135 and actually move into the 140 mark going forward. So like I said before, if you're interested in selling and you want to make sure that you get your first product as soon as possible, because we don't know how good these exchange rates are going to last going forward. The next thing that I wanted to talk to you about is actually the upcoming fee changes in regards to the digital services tax that has been introduced by the UK government. Now, it's something that is unfortunate. However, that basically what that means is HMRC has told Amazon that they will have to put 2% tax on all of their revenues, which basically means that all the fees that we pay right now to Amazon, and that includes referral fees, fulfillment fees, storage fees, and advertising fees, and pretty much everything else, will be increased by 2%. Now, it may not sound a lot, and quite frankly, it isn't too much. However, given the fact that all of these fees do add up, and once you start selling a lot of products, you will see a noticeable change. So today is actually the first day that this digital tax does come in, and we're going to see, and I'm going to actually test it out and see how much higher are my fees at the moment in total, and then report back to you. But it's nothing to worry about too much, but it's definitely something for you to be aware of. The next thing that I want to talk about is actually some really good news, and it's the fact that now Sweden is going to be one of the countries that Amazon is operating in, which is great news. Now, you might be thinking, I'm just starting off. I'm just going to be selling on my marketplace, whether that's the UK, America, or one of the countries in Europe. However, you do need to be aware of where is Amazon expanding to. And the reason why is because once they move into that particular country, the competition is going to be very low. And if you want to move in and start making sales as quickly as possible, would be in your interest to start getting products into that marketplace as soon as possible. So think about sending the products into those warehouses. Think about making listings in that country's language and start ranking for those particular products, because you'd be surprised of how much money is out there for people that might not necessarily want to sell just in their own home country. Me personally, I like the convenience of just selling in my home country. However, I know many friends and many other sellers that actually focus on selling in other countries, purely because the competition there is usually a lot lower, and there's a lot more work to get to do, because you have to translate all of the listings, you have to translate all of the buyer messages. There's a little bit more difficulty when it comes to optimizing your PPC, so you will need external help. And a lot of us sellers in the UK, me included, just don't want to have that hassle. So if you are interested in selling and you might want to move into a different country, there are a lot of benefits that come with it. Okay, so next thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and this is the big one, okay, um, inventory performance. Basically, what this basically means to you guys is Amazon's way of tracking how well your inventory is doing in their warehouses. They will make sure and check how much excess inventory you have in your warehouse. So if you send 1,000 units and only 10 of them are selling a month, your score is going to go down a lot. How good your sell-through rate is, so basically how much of the inventory gets sold each and every single month. The less inventory you have stocked up and the more is being sold is good in terms of Amazon, in Amazon's eyes, because they want to have as much storage space as possible for as many well-selling products out there. The amount of stranded inventory that you may have, because all of a sudden, if your listing gets blocked or anything like that, then that means there is a lot of inventory stranded in their warehouses that they can't do anything with and that you can't do anything with. So you want to make sure that you avoid those problems and prepare for them. So if your listing does get suspended or blocked or whatever, you want to try and get those removal orders set in as quickly as possible to not affect that score. And the very last performance metric that they have is actually how much in stock are you, how good are you in your inventory planning, and are you always in stock for your best selling products. And as you can see, I have been suffering. Okay, now the minimum criteria is for you to have at least 500 and above. If you go below 500, you're going to start incurring some storage limits in terms of how much storage you can send, and also storage costs as well, because those are going to go up as well. And I am dropping very, very fast. As you can see, a couple of months ago I was at 600, and I've been steadily dropping all the way down to 500. And that is purely because I have been introducing more and more products, and because of all these issues in regards to shipping, I have been buying quite large quantities. So over the last month, what I've been doing is looking at external storage facilities, which at the moment is actually my girlfriend's parents' shed. So we're trying to actually get a lot of the inventory out of Amazon that is not selling as quickly as we'd like and storing it there. If that is not enough space, then we're probably going to go and look into external storage units as well, because we really cannot afford this score to go below 500 and stay there. And I am seeing some positives, because the FBA sell-through is the main criteria for me that is holding me back personally at the moment. And you can see that it's slowly starting to flatten out, and there has been no change over the last week. So hopefully now, with more and more storage coming out of Amazon into our own warehouse, that number can go up. So that's pretty much it with the inventory performance. So now let's go on to my sales and how much sales have I made this month so far. And I have to be honest, I have made 73,925, so pretty much 74,000 pounds in sales, which, in all of you guys' thoughts, it might sound great, okay? It's my second best month so far this year. I've only had 1 month during coronavirus where I actually sold 79,000 pounds. The problem is that, yes, I've made quite a lot of sales. However, I have introduced even more product. I will show you how many products I've been selling last month and this month, but this change I was actually hoping to be a little bit higher. My minimum target was 70, so I'm glad I've achieved that. However, I was hoping to get far higher than the 73,000 pounds that I was managed to achieve. That being said, I can't complain. 73,000 pounds for the month is still a very, very good month, with a profit margin of about 20%. So we're making about 15,000 pounds after the storage costs, fulfillment costs, and all the advertising costs as well. So we're better off by 15 grand this month, which is great news. And in terms of the products I've actually been selling the most for us so far this month have been beauty, pretty much, bathroom and kitchen, and then sort of home care products. Surprisingly, travel has still not picked up as much as I wanted to. Various toys have slowed down dramatically as well. I think people are now preparing for Christmas, so the toys niche are not doing as well as we'd hoped as well. But you know what? When you're selling quite a lot of products, you will see there's these sorts of trends happen from time to time, where some categories do better than others, and then those other categories that don't do so well will pick up later on down the line. It's just the name of the game, really. And then what I wanted to show you is just how many products that I've been selling, so you can get an idea of what August was like for me and for Amazon, really. And if you actually move this a little bit here, you'll be able to see that I have increased my sales by £2,000, which sounds like a lot, but if you notice, I've been selling 5 more products in the month of August. So you'd think with 5 additional products, you would get a lot more in revenue. And unfortunately, that for me has not been the case, purely because I believe the demand for Amazon right now has gone down, with more people going back into work, with disposable incomes getting squeezed more and more. And unfortunately, we're now seeing the downturn of all of those coronavirus sales. And I believe that this is going to be continuing until probably around November, December time, where Christmas sales come in, and then our sales should be going through the roof. And I'm still hoping to basically get around £100,000 a month by the end of the year, which hopefully will be the Christmas year, the Christmas month, December. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you guys found it useful. Now, the last thing that I wanted to tell you is that if you are interested in selling on Amazon, right now is the perfect time to buy your first product. And you really need to start thinking about your first product because of 2 things. Number one, the currency exchange rate is amazing, okay? You're not going to get better exchange rate at the moment, and I foresee this going down as the time goes by, but we're going to just have to wait and see. And the second and the most important thing is that for me, August and September is months where you start shipping products for Christmas, okay? For Christmas. Because the reason why I say that is because as more and more shipments come in and they get for Christmas, they get clogged up, and there's a lot of delays that come along the way with that. So a shipping that might take 5-6 weeks, all of a sudden you'll see it will take up 8-9 weeks. And the last thing you want to do is order too late and then see your Christmas sales completely missed, and your product comes in around the January time where majority of the sales have now been done. So what you want to do is really prepare and buy your product early on. So when you buy your product early on, it will come in around October, November time. You will have time to rank the product. You will have time to list it, to optimize it, to get some reviews for it. So when December comes, your product is already on the first page making sales. So not only order the first product, but also make sure you have enough inventory for the next 3 or 4 months going forward. The only trouble is that you want to make sure that the IPI score is still kept quite high. So my recommendation is to order a lot of products to your own home or your own storage facility, and continue to drip feed and to continue to send some units to the Amazon warehouses, so that score doesn't drop down below 500 and you start paying it, additional storage fees, which is what Amazon is going to be forcing you to do if that happens. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys really found this useful. If you're interested in selling on Amazon and would like some additional help, like I said before, my mentorship is in the link in the description, so please check it out, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.